I'm just going to come in. Just for a while. Thank you. Just 1 second. Okay. Okay, just a second. Now I'm just going to come back into the room. Right. So good morning, everybody. Good morning, everyone. My goodness, I'm seeing one of my sisters, sweet sister from South Africa. God bless you all. Good morning, everybody, and it's a pleasure. My name is Anna Ivanjo. I'm happy being with us today. Ladies, this is Women Angle, us by us, we by we ourselves, you know. It's been an interesting year with all its ups and downs, but honestly, we give God praise for his mercies. I know we are discussing finance, family, and faith. So we are faith people. It doesn't matter what your denomination is. We are believers. We are people that have faith in a deity, not just an ordinary deity, in God, in Jehovah. Peradventure, there is anyone who is not a Christian faith believer. This is what we believe, Jesus. And thank you also for joining, you know, and we know that you will be blessed as we go on into this conversation today. So today we are not going to, we reckon that we are all women and we are busy, and but we also would like it to be a bit interactive, yes, because yes, we need to be interactive. Okay, so would you please come in your chat room and say good morning to someone and introduce yourself? Please go ahead. Just introduce yourself. Who are you right there? Come in the chat room and say, I am Hannah Oyebanjo, and I'm based in Lagos, Nigeria. Or I'm in South Africa. I've seen somebody from Johannesburg, South Africa. Or you are in Canada. Yes, I think I've seen you. I've somebody from Canada. Is it Canada? Yeah, I think she's in Canada. Canada or Europe somewhere. Anyway. Yes, let's know where you are, where you joined us from today. Yes, yes, yes.
Good morning.
Ooh. Yes. Oh, Kikelomo Alamu, Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, thank you for joining us, Kikelomo. Yes, who else is there? Who else is there? Okay, yes, Monisola. Yes, joining from Lagos. Thank you, Monisola. Thank you for joining. Right, thank you so much for joining. Shewawe, thank you, Lagos people. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, Samagbe, that's my sister. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, Jips. Oh, Star GBK, oh my goodness. Oh, now I'm getting overwhelmed. Star Matilda, yes, South Africa, I know. I don't see your name. I say, these are my people. Star Bimbola, also, God bless. Yes. Thank you, everyone. Star Motosho, yes, Angela. Ooh, Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A lolly baby, my darling sis. Okay, that's it. Okay, Star Fumi. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Thank you. Right. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining. Like we said, an amalgam of different conversations we want to have today. And to kick us off, yes, Tabiola from South Africa, God bless you. Yes, yes. So we start with me. My speaker herself, right? My sis, okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. And with Umfo Malefane. I hope I called that name well. Sister Umfo. I hope we get it. Send us tickets to come to South Africa. Yes, we know how to pronounce that name. All right, great. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everybody. Mr. Faye. All right, yes. As we keep that going, do you remember to also invite 1 or 2 women into the room, please? I want to play. You want to share the link, please go ahead and do, because women need to encourage ourselves, to be honest. Women go through a lot. I'm not going to take the ship out of our who is going to encourage us as a big auntie, as a mother herself. Someone who is seeing it all, as someone, you know, across spectrum, you know, she's been there in career, in governance, as a mother, she's been there as a believer and all of that. And I'm really very delighted. Each time I call on her, this person I want to bring up, you know, anytime I call on her, I call her auntie, big auntie, yes, you know, so, and I'm just going to do a little on her profile. Okay, looks like I may have to I don't know if I should mute us. I didn't want to mute us before. Okay, please, can you mute yourself if you're not speaking, right? Okay, because it's women Mute yourself if you're not speaking. Yes, all right. So, profile of Her Excellency Princess Mrs. Sarah Adebisi Shoson, FNIMOFR, former Deputy Governor, Lagos State, and Chief Executive of Sarah Adebisi Shoson Foundation. Auntie does a lot. She's a woman of many parts. Let me even bring her picture so you'll just be shadowing her. Can you see her? Can you see how she's looking? See Auntie, oh, see how she's looking. Oh my goodness, we are so blessed to have such a lovely auntie with us. She's a trained professional teacher. She's an educational administrator. She's an alumnus of the University of Lagos, Akoka, with a master's degree. As Deputy Governor of Lagos State between 2007 and 2011, she was entrusted with the supervision of the education sector in Lagos. In fact, I first heard about her based on some of the kind of, initiatives, turnaround masterpiece and master strokes that she delivered while she was Deputy Governor, particularly in the education sector. Outstanding performance in this sector earned her many awards, national, global, and all around. She was a member of Presidential Task Force of Education between 2010 and 2011. Of course, she's a recipient of National Award of Officer of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, OFR, for her reforms and the giant strides in educational development at the state and national levels. She established GFR Educational Services Limited that carries out consultancy and self-development programs. She's a great motivational leader, yes. And she's very passionate about women, about girls. She's committed to the development and overall growth of the individual. She has Sarah Adebisi Shoson Foundation. And some time ago, up a bit, and you see all the things she's doing there, how she's changing the lives of women and, and girls around the world, She founded the foundation to promote the ideas. She's a fellow of Nigerian Institute of Management and a member of Lagos State Chamber of Commerce and Industry, as well as Nigerian Chamber of Commerce. Hello, looks like I have to mute people. Hey, people, my people, I'm having to. Now, that's what it is. I gotta mute you. Women, I know I muted you all. Okay, all right. Okay, right. She's also married with children. So I want you to please, let me just make Auntie a co-host first so that I don't lose anything she has to say. While I'm doing that, my ladies in the room, would you please be kind? Would you come in and just begin to welcome Auntie for us? Just begin to, celebrate this woman. Tell her, welcome, please. Oh yeah, where are you people? Yes, just tell her welcome. I'm trying to look for her so that I can give her, yes, because she's muted now. Just permit me. I'm trying to bring her. I'm trying to look for her. Auntie, 1 second. I'm trying to look for you. Okay, yes, I think I've seen now. Okay, so while this is ongoing, I'll make you a co-host, Auntie, so that it's easy for you. And yes, you can unmute, and then you can have the space. Auntie, please, you may unmute. Yes.
Well, good morning. Yes. Am I good to go?
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
Okay. Good morning, Anna. Thank God for his mercies upon our lives. It's good once again being with you on this platform. Good morning, ladies. And I don't know if you have whether we have gentlemen amongst us. I want to say blessed morning to every one of us that on this platform this morning and compliments of this season. Well, like Anna said, it's my very dearest Aburo, very hardworking, vivacious, vibrant, everything. Anna amuses me all the time because I see that thing in her, and that is what attracts me very much to her. She's a go-getter, and she's all over, and she's always pushing it out to make others better. God bless you, Anna, for this. Equally, I want to welcome, you are my sisters. I know some of you might be, I don't know if I have people older than me on this platform this morning. My sisters, my aburos, and everyone. I say God bless you all. Well, Anna has asked me to speak briefly on 3 major aspects for us to move. We are moving by the grace of God. And I want to stand on the prophetic proclamation of our Father that the siege is over. And I join you all in saying amen in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
That the siege over our lives has been lifted up. We are moving forward. 2022 is a year of a supernatural uplifting, promotion, breakthroughs, breaking grounds in our lives, in our homes, in our businesses. We give glory to God. 2020 and 2021 is going, and no more COVID. There is COVID, but to us, we are covered with the blood of Jesus.
Amen.
And that is where our faith comes in greatly. Well, if we believe anything, it will be so for us. And I want to enjoin brothers and sisters that we put our God first in everything we do. We should never be weary of doing that. We be enjoined that ceaseless prayer. We should pray always. Commit what we have into God's hands. It is by his mercies that we are not consumed. And that is one thing that has been so glaring and so clear to me too in this year, that when you serve God with all your hearts, then you will get the rewards of serving God. And I think that is what all of us were enjoying today. We're enjoying the grace of God because many of us, we hold on to him. And it's because we have held on to God that we are overcomers, that we are stronger than our enemies at this period. Because the enemy doesn't mean well for us. But because we have a God that never fails, we have a God that is Jehovah Yahweh, that is a banner over our lives. We are alive to share testimonies of his mercy and his faithfulness in our lives. I'm a living witness to God's great goodness in my family and everything. In spite of the challenges, many of us are witnesses a lot of good things in our lives. A lot of good things had happened to me that I share with others. I have good testimonies because I don't have anything that I trust but God. Blessed be the name of the Lord. So my dear sisters and brothers, if you have any on this platform, let us trust God more as we move into this new year. Let us daily, also don't forget about praises and thanksgiving, like our Father in the Lord, that the Adeboye normally says, when everything fails, praise does the wonders, and truly does the wonders. Don't allow anybody to bring anything that will disturb your joy, your peace, or your happiness. I've never allowed that. I don't allow that. When people come with news, they call it, I've forgotten which name this, our young ones call it. I don't allow it. I say, please, take your bad news away. I want my life to be full of joy. If it's so, then we move on. Then it is well with us. Then peace radiates within us. And that is the way we are going into this new year by God's grace. Don't allow any distraction to your faith. Don't allow anyone to bring a melancholy. That's the word I want to remember. There are some people, they are melancholic. And they want to rub this on you. Don't allow it. I have some friends, when they start, I will just put off my phone. I don't allow anybody to affect my mental health, because that is even connected to even our spiritual life. Because if you are down mentally, it affects your spiritual. You won't be able to pray. You won't be able to dance for God. Most times I just put on the praises. When BJ Stars and all of them, they put on they're on Instagram. I dance a lot. And you forgot a lot of things. We should not allow ourselves to be dragged down with the challenges of the moment. And as we go into year 2022, as we go into year 2020, let it be a year of praises, thanksgiving to us. And encourage, just put on something, even if you are alone, dance and be happy. And because our God is still on the throne, all is well with us. So my main point here is that look unto God, praise and worship, and don't allow people to bring you down. There will be no casting down for us. There is almost a lifting up for the child of God. And that is what we should hold on to. And we move in the name of Jesus. The next topic, because the way it's arranged, we want to talk about our family. Family is very important to us. As we go into the new year, we have seen many families have gone through challenges. Many have lost loved ones. But let us thank God. We are still standing. We have our families. Our families are recognized by God. They are named after God. And because of that, now we are created in the image of God. We are children. Yesterday, somebody was saying, I think he said, as they worship Jesus at this period, because you belong to Jesus, they are also worshiping you at this time. They're also celebrating you. So we are being celebrated at this period that we have. And as we go into the new year as well, the celebration continues for us. And in our family, it's very important that we bond more with our family. Your immediate family especially. A lot of family, extended family, will bring their issues. Don't break your necks that you want to satisfy them. There is no how you can satisfy them, my dear. I'm wearing that shoe now. And when they just send their messages, they do everything, I will ignore. It's when I have that thing, I will answer them. There is nothing you do that you can satisfy them. So your immediate family comes first. You have to pay attention to your immediate family. I'm not saying don't help your family, your extended family. Help, but not to the extent of you being discomfort. No. People will always continue to ask, and there is nothing you do that you will satisfy them with. Family is very, very important. When everyone goes away, you remain with your family, especially your immediate family. And training of our children is very important, especially what is happening these days. We all are aware of what happened to Sylvester. It is very unfortunate. And that is one of the many of us that are parents on this platform this morning. When your children, they mention anything, please don't ignore. Take your time, listen to them. I was in charge of education in 2007 to 2011. You know, these things happen. I happened to go to one of our boarding schools then in Badagry. This kind of thing this boy faced, I handled it. So it is always there. But when parents are more eagle-eyed with their children will not perish with this, or the children will not be at the receiving end. So my dear sisters, we need to be more alert. We need to be more friendly and communicate. When that boy told the parents that I don't want to go back to that school, they should have listened and investigated. When that boy said, the boy came back from the school, he wasn't himself, that should have been a pointer to them that something is happening. Well, what has happened, but it's just a lesson for many of us. We need to bond more with these children. We need to monitor them in everything they are doing. Family is very important. And you know the common idea that a family that prays together stays together. May we continue to stay together in love, in peace with our family and in harmony in the mighty name of Jesus. We need it because when everybody leaves us, we will remain with our family. So, my dear sisters, let's continue to be a united family. And apart from that, let's respect ourselves. Let's give respect. Even our children, we have to respect them. So that's the kind of thing that we practice in our homes, then we carry it out. Boys should have respect for girls, girls should have respect. Thank God Anna did some webinar, some training, a program for these boys and girls on issue of respecting the genders, so that we live harmoniously and they grow up with that, respecting and helping others. And also, I want to, charitable, we have to be charitable. As a family, whatever we can do to help other families around us, please, let's reach out and help those around us. Even from that small thing we have, we can always take something out of that small thing to help others. And as we do that, God will lift us up. You say, a giver never lacks. We will never lack. As we give, we will never lack. Our family will never lack. And our family, we continue to enjoy God's goodness and mercy at all times as we reach out to other families. And lastly, finance, because I think because of time and to leave others, I don't know how many minutes I've spent. I'm just trying to cut this short. I hope, Anna, I'm in good.
Yes, ma'am. You are very good, ma'am. Yes. You are good, ma'am. 5 more minutes, ma'am. 5 more minutes, ma'am.
Oh, yes, that's
Thank
good.
you,
then I can always talk more about the mental aspects. I didn't talk because I was rushing so that I won't overstay my time. This mental thing is another very important thing among families. We have to pay attention to it. It is affecting a lot of people, and people may not see. So we have to be very, 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 very careful. As we go into year 2022, many people are carrying over a lot of things, but with our support, they will come out of it. If we don't, we have cousins, we have people that are friends, we should always ask about them. Let's reach out and ask about them. It's been long, I saw you, how are you doing, how are you feeling? So by that, those that are lonely, if they want to, sometimes they may now share what they've been going through with you. Dr. Memuno is a very good mental doctor. And you know, this lady, what attracts me to her is that she's always smiling. She's full of life. She takes life so easy. And I think these are the things we have to adopt in this new year as well. Let's take each day as it comes. That is what I do now. Presently, for nothing to just make me unhappy or lonely, I and a few friends, every 2 weeks, we go out to have a good time. We are over 60s, but when you see us, yes, we go out, we have lunch together, we laugh, we gist. So if we try to do that as well, you can be 4, you can be 3. So your friends like mine, so not the ones that go back that will now say, what's wrong with her? Is she showing enough that she has money to spend or what? Those who are your like minds, that you enjoy their company. Take yourself out. You don't wait for anybody to take you out. Date yourselves and you will enjoy it. You see, 2 occasions I've been out. Some ladies came over to our table and said, we want to be like you, these our aunties, because we can see that you are over 60s. And for you to bring yourself out to come and dine out, and this is the kind of things they want to be doing. And I think that is what most of us now find time to do that. Even if it's 1 or 2 hours, please create time to enjoy yourself, enjoy life. You work so hard, we work so hard. And those time that we dedicate to ourselves does not hurt our looking for money, does not hurt our professions. We have to create time. Things are very expensive now. Most of us cannot travel out, but we can do that as well. You can even shop around by not even buying anything, because these days, even those people that travel, is food that we buy. If you see my box, I bought different kind of, even sardine that is not available, it's expensive. I bought it because I saw it at 50p at Marks and Spencer. I loaded it. I know my children and my grandsons, they like sardine. So those are the things, not material things, clothes, bag or anything. Those 1 things are not things we should not be pursuing. Pursue good things, yes, but let not overdo things. We should not overdo things that will harm us or harm our peace of mind. We need a peace of mind as a family, as friends. And like I said earlier, the social life, please, is whatever you can do that you want to do in the new year. Don't do things that, I don't want them to talk. I don't want. It's whatever that suits you that you have to do. Don't say because I don't want my friends to say I can't. The Ashwebi thing. If you can't afford it, forget it. It's even time that we forget about this thing. People just say, "Tell me your best." We have many things in our wardrobe. They should allow us to use it. Me, I've stopped buying Ashwebi, except if you give me. Not that I can't afford it, but just to make a statement that this is not a priority. Our priority now is much more an Ashwebi. Let's develop values that are more tangible. And those small children coming, they can see it in us. Enough of Ashwebi. And I hope our women will learn this, that we have more tangible things to spend money on than Ashwebi. Finally, let's talk about our finances. We say, owó ni kẹ̀kẹ́ ìyìn rere. In all aspects of life, we are spending money. Whether in our faith, we spend money. In family, we will spend money. So how do we make it to increase? My dear sisters, anytime there is anything on investment, I listen to it. Why? Because what I have, I want it to increase. So, little by little, whatever we can, they always advise that no matter how tight, even if you're on 10 naira monthly, you can always save 1,000 out of it. So let's familiarize ourselves with investment opportunities. Let's learn to save. Let's learn to live on budgets. Let's learn to just spend on what is needed, not just things that cause our fancy. Me, I'm an impromptu spender. I used to be that. You see, I go shopping, what I didn't plan for. But these days, no more. I don't do it any longer. If that's my list that I hold, I don't get what I want today, I won't bother. So, my dears, I think this is the time to be more prudent with your finances. We work so hard to make money. Let's buy only those things we are needed. And these days, food are very expensive. Things are getting so expensive that we have to know how we spend money. And we have to know how to make money by investing, by saving. And I know Anna has always talked about it, that it's only, we have to find other ways we can increase revenue making in our lives. Don't mind anybody, or maybe you want to be selling something and they say, how can they hold you be selling this? Sell, don't mind them. If they have the opportunity, they will want to do that as well. If you find any small opportunity of, they want something there, please do it. We need many streams of income this present age. So 2022, let's find ways of making a lot of money to come in. Don't keep quiet. Your old schoolmates, your friends in churches, I'm doing this, if they say this, even if you are not doing, find somebody that is doing it and sees that opportunity. We want somebody to supply so and so. You may not know where they get that thing. Look around and say, who is doing it? You and that person, Kapanda, could do it. At least you will get something from it. So let's try every opportunity to make money. Let's try and do it. To make our finances to increase, to make us not to be dependable, looking out for people to come and help. Nobody is ready to help these days. They will rather even come to you for help. They want money too. And they want free money. Let's continue to encourage the youths around us as well. If they come to you, some of them are not ready to work, they are lazy. And when they come to me, I will tell them, okay, I have some things you can do for me. Are you ready to be doing that? If they are not ready, don't give them money. Let them do that thing for money, because you hand your money through hard work. You sweat before you get that money. I pray, God, that as we go into the new year 2022, it will be a better year for us financially. We will increase in everything that we do in the mighty name of Jesus. Because we have a God that never fails. Our Father owns everything. And He gives power to make wealth. Because He gives that power to make wealth, we commit into His hands that we want increased wealth. He will do it for us.
Amen.
My dear sisters, I hope these few tips I've given will be beneficial to all. And I pray the year will be better than what we have witnessed. It will be a year of promotion, of progress, of breaking grounds. We will break grounds. I believe that next year will be better.
Yes.
This year was not too bad, but next year will even be better, and more other years will be greater in our lives. Just look unto Jesus. Let's just trust God and don't allow any distractions. Don't allow people to distract you at work or at home with anything negative. Please don't allow them to bring melancholy around you. Refuse it. And my dear sisters, be happy. Be yourself. Drive your dream. Create your own thing that will make you happy at all times. And as we do this, it is well with us.
Amen.
I wish you a very good year, a very happy family, and increased faith, because as we increase our faith in God, likewise, everything will increase for us. And we shall continue to be overcomers, stronger than our enemies. We will be healthy, and everything around us, people will see that glory in us. And I want to serve the God you serve. That is the way it will be with us in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you.
Whoa. I wish you well. God bless you all.
Thank you so much. My goodness, everyone in the room, I know people have been doing that. Would you please come again and just celebrate Auntie Sarah Shoson, you know. Oh my goodness. Auntie, thank you. Thank you, Auntie. We are so grateful. I mean, I was just telling Remy, my manager, I'm like, oh, Auntie has preached this gospel. I mean, there's nothing more to say. Auntie has married Shell,
I'm ready to learn more, because I know I have pastors say I want to learn more this morning. And blessings.
Yes, ma. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you.
God.
Wow. All right. So we're going
to
let
me mute myself.
Okay, ma. Auntie is still with us, you know. So if you have some questions and some things, please just begin to note them. And as I look at my time, I know here we are racing, but I'm really very excited to, let me just share a few slides with us and then bring us in again, reiterating some of the things Auntie said, and then bring in our key speaker who is going to detail today or deal in today or dwell solely today on the finance area. I'd like to open by saying it's time for new you. Yes, like Auntie said, 2022 is another opportunity. New year demands it. It demands new approaches, new thinking, fresh perspectives, new mandates, new us in every area. Spiritual, mental, physical, financial, material, maritally, parenting-wise, in every area. We stand a chance under God because we are alive to redo, to undo, you know, to delete, you know, to impute and to revise and to revive. So I think first thing, one of the reasons today we call this meeting today is first to give us a bomb, a beautiful bomb, an encouragement to know that, woman, it does not matter your current status. It does not matter how bad you sometimes want to feel. We're just trying to let you know that you need to learn not to feel bad, not to be guilty, not to carry those bodies. I'm already even preaching, I'm talking. You know, we as women, because we do really carry a lot, we must learn to know that we have a time, we have an opportunity for a new season. And 2022 shall be your season. I want you to lift your hand wherever you are and just say to yourself, 2022 is my season. It's a new season for me. It's going to be a new chapter for me. It's going to be a new season for me. Whatever was working for you before, as the Lord lives, will continue to work. What's not working is going to be, there's going to be a detour as the Lord lives, in the name of Jesus. And we know a woman's life is wired for seasons and changes. A woman from a baby, a woman starts to arrange things for others. Put 5 children together. If a girl is there, age 5, she will start knowing that she has to cook. She will go and look for pangolo. She will go and look for baby. She'll begin to make soup. She will carry the baby and start feeding the baby. So from a child, from a young girl, we've learned to take responsibility, caring for others. As we become a teenager, that's it. As we get married, we run after children, we run after husband. So if you're not careful, you actually do not run after yourself at all. And Auntie has spoken to that. So you find that if we look at the 3 big platforms of finance, family, and faith, you see that your finance will link to your business and your career, what you do, what earns you income. Even if you are a housewife keeping children and your husband gives you money, that does not say there are not things you can do, to enhance yourself, to empower yourself. So that's on one leg. The family, your partner, your husband, the children, and others, extended and intended, as it were, And then faith, the fulcrum, your lifestyle of faith. These are intricate elements and part of every human being, especially women. And if you're not careful as a woman, we may carry too many baggages that impact us too negatively. And I'm really concerned that most women will let the body eat into us too much sometimes, that it begins to affect us. And many women don't even stay alive, healthy or alive, to see the testimonies of what they labor. And that's not going to be your portion in the name of Jesus. All right. So today, I'm going to bring in someone because I want us to see, especially finance, how do we better 2022? What are we doing today? What can we do better? And I'm also I'm very keen on this, because even myself, financially, some things have to change, honestly. This 2022, my goodness, some things must change. Some levels have to change this 2022, all right? Now, I know that subsequently, not this time because of our time, we will get into career. If you know me, you know I'm very interested in career. I'm interested in business. I'm interested in family. I'm interested in faith. I'm interested in all of that, okay? Because family is a gift. As we speak here today, some of us have families, we are good, everything is working well. Some of us, we are passionate. It's not working well at all. For some of us, it's really bad. It's almost collapsing, or it has collapsed. But I can tell you whatever it is, all can be improved. There can be a better one. And God is very interested in family. We know the elements of family: the husband, yourself, the children. If you have 5 children, there are 5 variables, because no 2 child is the same. Your parents, other people, in-laws, outlaws, uncles, nephews, nieces, all of this, every one individual is a variable. I've been in counseling cases where you're talking to 2 people and the matter is looking like you're talking to 100 people, because there are different inferences and different angles. And the woman is most oftentimes at the receiving end. And if you're not careful, this becomes some sicknesses in the bodies of women. Research has shown, I don't have the data to prove, that most women that have cancer and some of these ailments, sometimes they degenerate, the body system and cells degenerate because of, bodies that women carry in their heart. Each time you are doing, you don't know, it's doing something to your BP. Each time you sit there, and some of us, the way you manage the stress is to even eat more. You worsen the situation. Sometimes the way you manage the stress is to stay alone, stay away from other people. You worsen the situation. So in a bid to help yourself, you do things that are even more damaging and all of this. So we really have a long way to go in terms of how we manage all these variables. And the ones we need to say stop to, we say stop. The one we need to close our eyes to and just shut out, we shut it out so we are alive. Did you get? Let me share this before I move on and I call in my sister. One of the cases that pain me most time, each time I remember, till tomorrow when I remember this, I feel really bad, but we thank God for who God is. There's a sister friend of mine, so close to me, so close to us, and became like a partner in my family, kind of, more or less. Her family became like that. But they were, were their pastors at that point in time, at some point in time in life, and we became really close. At some point, this woman started having some health issue. Even before having health issue, her husband was not helping at all. Her husband was not helping at all when it comes to the finances. They had children, school fees is not paid, house rent is due, many things. This woman is the one who runs around. And I know I'm speaking to some of us on this platform, or some of you watching, YouTube. You are the person doing everything. This one was doing everything. And at some point, medically, indices were showing that this woman was snapping, as in some part of her was giving up, or was already getting impacted. And she said one day, she told her husband that, look, I'm not feeling so well and all of that. And the man will say, anyway, you take care of yourself. Those casual way the man just felt that you are a superwoman, because we carry on like we are superwomen. I'm also impacted. We carry on like we are superwomen many times. A woman is tired, she's still going ahead. I was tired yesterday, and I knew I was tired, but I still felt I want to cook this ogbono soup, and I want to cook it myself. Who is begging me to cook it? There was a cook. There were a few other big people in the house that could cook, but I just feel like I want to cook it myself. Is it not the kojayi? Meaning stress, woman. Anyway, long and short, one day this woman said to me that she's not happy. I'm like, why are you not happy? And she said to me that her husband went to check his BP, did vitals, and came home and said to her, now you sabi waiting they make you, waiting they carry your BP up and down. My BP is like that of a baby. She said that word pained her. I said, why is it paining you? He said it pained her because she is running and carrying everything on her head and having this high BP and all. The man is not doing anything. And the man has the audacity and the whatever to come and tell her, you know what, I just checked my BP. They say it's like that of a baby. Now you sabi waiting they give you a headache that you'll be running around and all of that. But can I shock you? The painful part, do you know this woman passed on? She died. Do you know the man is still alive? That's the story. Each time I remember, I'm angry because this woman had labored so much that you wait and imagine that by now she should sit back now and enjoy the labor of her hand. But did she stay? No, she didn't. She died. So you sisters, it won't be your portion. We will not. We will stay back to enjoy the dignity of the labor. The pains we've gone through, the tears, those tears you shed and all, you will sit back, and that day, the day of your glory, nobody will represent you. You will be there. You will enjoy. You will get to heaven. Angels will open the door and say, well done, good daughter. You will not mess it up. And that's why we are having some of this session. So we talk sense into our heads. There are some sense we'll talk into our heads that are not what we can preach on the altar. Hello. If we don't say it today, don't worry, we'll have another program again. There are things you cannot preach. You can't talk in church. We can't say. We can tell ourselves here, whole heart, because we got to take care of ourselves. That's all I'm saying is, okay, so let me rush, let me leave faith, let me just come quickly. In summary, what we are trying to do is to promote wholesome womanhood. A wholesome woman is a woman who is able to embrace and promote 360-degree approach to her life. So, and this is the point. So, you have your life. Of course, you're taking care of other people, but your life is very important, number one. And then there's a family, there's your faith life, there's your ministry life, there's your personal life, there is your career life, your business life, your mental life, your physical life, your social-emotional life. It's all you, okay? And it is possible for you to live all of this, and you may not score 100% across all the levers, but you can score like 50, manage to pass them all and not fail in any area. The Lord will help us in Jesus' name. Quickly, let me bring in my dear sister. She's somebody who's going to really get us a bit intellectual. Auntie has spoken generally, social and otherwise. My sister is going to speak to us from an intellectual perspective. Why? Because she's a trainer, she's a coach, she's a finance consultant with over 30 years experience. She's been in multinational environment a lot. She's a chartered accountant, you know. She's passionate about inspiring women. She works for individuals and organizations. She's a coach, you know, like I said, a trainer and all, but finance is her bread and butter. She's a wife and a mother. She's my sister, and I'm really very excited that Stabumi is in the house today. She's going to talk to you about finance, because finance matter. If we remove finance, I don't know if I have a witness in the house. If I have a witness, come in the room and say, agree with me or not, to say, if we remove finance from the matter of your own home now, 50% matter is solved. Oh yeah, are you there? Say yes or no. As you begin to welcome, let's begin to make welcome my sister to say, Baba, I agree. Thank you, Jared. Angela. There are many. You see, my sister, it's finance. So here's the matter. It's the cocoa of this matter here. Oh my goodness. All right. So, Stabumi, where are you? I've seen it earlier.
Thank you very much. I'm here. Can you see me now?
Good. Awesome. Okay, that's Bumi for you, Bumi Ojomu.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. Thank you so much. Can you see me?
I'm trying to look for you. Okay, let me come in this gallery screen. I want to bring you out. Right, there you go. There you go. You're gonna have here is for you. Woo!
Yeah.
My sister. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. I'm very, very happy to be here. Thank you, 360 Hub, and thank you to my sister, Sister Hannah. She's such a fantastic lady. She's into everything, always bringing value. You know, people of value dish out value. She brings in value all the time. You would see her organizing different programs, all to impact life. May the good Lord bless you, Ma. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you so much, our auntie, Princess Shoson, Sarah Shoson. Thank you so much. You took the presentation away. It was like, oh, we don't even need, even finance, I don't need to say anything again. You know, all the highlights, the important thing, she summarized in just a few minutes. Everything from faith to family to finance. Super. Thank you so much, Ma. May God bless you. Wow. Thank you so much. Please permit me to share my slides. I'll be talking through the slides and then we will take questions afterwards. Let me quickly share my slides. All right. Can everyone see my slide?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. So I'm here to talk about finance. Thank you very much. As she said finance is my bread and butter. She's done a good job of going through my profile, and thank you for that. So we'll just dive into it straight away. So why finance? Why should we be talking finance at this time? Why is it important? Why is finance important at all? You know, just before we start. Okay, so finance is all about the management of money. And as you know, that's what we need every day to support our daily sustenance. Data, food, there's nothing, perhaps only fresh air that you breathe in that you don't have to pay for. You would agree with me. So it's critically important for us to think about how do we plan this? What can we do about it to enhance it, to have more of it, and to manage it once it comes into our hands? Okay, the inflationary pressure is there. You know what prices of items, goods and services are today. I bought a crate of eggs and it was 1,008. I'm like, oh my God. I can remember when eggs used to be like 900 naira. So all of a sudden, not even the jumbo sizes, I'm talking of, you know, moderate size egg, 1,800 naira. It's amazing. Okay, devaluation, our currency devaluation, we know what has happened to dollar to naira. A few years back, it was about a 260. Today, if you want to buy, I think you would have to pay in the black market, 575 naira. So that's more than double it was just a few years back. And all of this is fueling inflation, is impacting on the prices of goods and services. So now there is reducing purchasing power, as in the money you have today would buy so little compared to what it would have bought a year back, 2 years back. With the same value of money, with the same quantum of money, you get a lot less back. So it's critically important that the resources coming into your hands is well managed. Income is not necessarily increasing to match the rising costs of goods and services. It doesn't mean, okay, because things are now more expensive, so companies are paying more, or you are now earning more from your business. Not necessarily. So as women, we are called to be helpmates. Women are money managers. We manage the budget around the house. We do a lot of things. It's critically important for us to bring value to the table as women. And of course, the journey to financial freedom starts with discipline in personal finance. You know, if you're not disciplined today, then down the years, how would you be financially free? How would you be able to pay for things when you can no longer do that business or go to that office? When you are now on your own, what happens if you don't manage what you have today? So that's why it's critically important for us to reset our finances going into 2022. This is a fantastic time to review in critical areas of our life, which family is one, faith is another. Finance is also a critical part of what we need to rejig at this time. So you would ask me, what can I do? Okay, we said it's important for us to think about our finances, but what really do we need to do? What do we need to do? It was Albert Einstein that says insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So we need to think about the past. What can we do better? How has it been? How has 2021 been in terms of my finances? Have I made blunders? Have I done it so well? Are there areas for improvement? So this is what we want to talk about. And I'll be making a few suggestions in how I see, what we can do to improve in our finances. Okay, so the first being, we need to review the possibility of expanding our income. So your personal finance is about what comes in terms of cash flow into your hands, and also what goes out. So we need to look at the two parts, starting with the income, and that's what comes in. So there are a few questions that you can ask yourself. What are my current sources of income? Do I have one source? Can I add another? Does it conveniently cover my current level of expenditure? What I need to spend every day. Am I earning enough to take care of myself? Or do I need to lean on another person before I can eat, before I can do things that I ought to do? Am I able to save from what I earn? Am I saving? Should my expenditure double up? Will my income still cover? What am I talking about? So I'm saying, okay, we've talked about inflation. We've talked about, the lower purchasing power of money. So assuming you would ordinarily spend 100,000 naira, to run your month. And all of a sudden, because things have become more expensive, you now find out that you are spending 180 or even 200. Would your income cover that? Is there anything that you can do to enhance your income? I think we should think about this critically. Take notes. See, what can I do? If you are working, do you need to upskill for the next promotion? What do you need to do such that there's a stretch, such that you can begin to earn more even from your workplace? Or are you able to do something by the side? Something by the side that does not disturb your work and you can still earn income from it? Perhaps you are in business. So how can you generate more money from your business? Would you need to re-strategize? Would you need to invest? In what area do you need to stretch in such a way that you open the door for more income to flow into that business? So essentially, I'm saying you need to consider multiple streams of income if it's a possibility for you, or you need to stretch your current income one way or the other, whether you are in employment or you are in business. Think about expanding your income. Idowu Koyenikon. So he said, if you want to grow your income, if you want your income to grow, that you too must grow. This is wisdom. So he's saying you need to invest in yourself. You need to grow to be able to grow your income. And that's absolutely true. So how do you invest in yourself to grow? How do you change your thinking? What do you need to learn? What skill do you need to acquire? What more do you need to do such that you can grow your income? So this is food for thought. Okay, so another suggestion I'll be putting on the table quickly is that you should begin to record and review your daily expenditure. To record and to review. Okay, so I wouldn't be able to see the chat room right now. I would have asked how many of us, already have the habit of recording our expenditure. And you might ask, why? Why do I need to do that? So there are some benefits. So if you are recording your expenditure, you know what your monthly expenditure is. You are familiar with what you spend on an average month. It helps you to cut away wasteful spending because now you are deliberate. It helps you to become intentional about your finances. So you are deliberate about it. You know what you should spend on, and then you are able to review it, because I say record and review. Once you are writing down, it makes you think. You are able to review when you look at that list later. So there are questions you can ask yourself. Can I buy cheaper? You look at what you've bought. You said, oh, I bought this for 50,000 naira. Couldn't it have been cheaper? So there are certain factors that can come into play in terms of if you can get that cheaper or not. Where do you buy from? So perhaps your groceries, you just shop at your neighborhood. It might be more expensive than going to some major markets where you can shop for those things as well. Sometimes the quantity you buy per time. So if you are buying bulk, it's possible that you can buy at a discount. Sometimes it's timing. There are certain things that are seasonal. Maybe onions, okay, you can buy a lot at a particular period. There are times you won't find tomatoes. Timing could be okay. There is a promo going on somewhere. So these are factors that would interplay to affect, how you are buying. And these are things that you should consider when you are buying. Also, you should think before you buy. Think before you spend that money. Is it necessary? Is it reasonable? These are questions you should be asking. Is it reasonable for me to spend this much on this item? So don't just jump to it. Think about it before spending that money. Also, when you begin to record your expenses, you are able to think, is there a substitute? Can I cut this off my budget? Can I take this out? If I'm not buying this, what can I buy in replacement that is more budget friendly, that is cheaper for me? So these are questions that should be going through our minds to help us review our expenditure, such that we can streamline it to buy things that are only necessary, things that are reasonable, things that are within our means. Okay. Another thing I'm bringing to the table is the need to create a monthly budget. We need to create a monthly budget. We need to think ahead at least a month in terms of our expenses. So this is December. Now we should be thinking about January, okay? And why? Why do we need to do this? When we understand our finances, when we create a budget, we are able to understand our finances in terms of what we earn and in terms of what we spend, And when we do that, we know what we spend on our living expenses. We are then able to plan for savings and investment. So if we don't have an understanding of what income is coming in and what we need to spend out of that income, then we cannot plan for savings and we cannot plan for investments. But a budget would help us to plan for savings and investment. So I'm just giving us a little sample of a spreadsheet. So it doesn't need to be this elaborate. On the spreadsheet here, I have assumed the full year, January to December. So you can just, for simplicity, focus on the next month. And I've used just arbitrary figures here. So assuming you earn 1,000 naira, and look at my January budget here, I'm saying on groceries, I would spend about 200 naira. How do I know? I know from records I've been keeping over time that this is about the amount I would spend on groceries. So it could be anything. I've just listed a few items. Of course, you pay tithes, the children's expenses, hair and body care, car, family support, whatever you do, a comprehensive list of that. And then it helps you to know whether you have an excess or you have a deficit. So an excess is when you have spent less, when your income is more than your expenses. So on this, my schedule, the income is 1,000 and the expenditure is 700. So it's having an excess of 300. So you can ask me, what if that income is not even enough? What if I need to spend 1,200 and I have just earned 1,000? Then I would tell you, you need to review. What can you cut off in that expenses? Because it's not good for you to fully spend what you earn. You should give room. You know, Princess said, even if you are earning 1,000, you know, you can save something, 100 naira. So within what you need to live within your means in such a way that you are leaving that little room for some savings, because there could be contingencies, things that you didn't plan for that could come up. So you need that buffer. You know, you need that cushion. That's what the savings is doing. So you need to set something aside for the rainy day. Okay. And when you have that habit of saving, then you are also going to start investing. So from your savings, you are taking out something that you would invest straight away. And, you know, we'll talk about that, because saving is just putting something aside, keeping it. It's not necessarily earning any big interest, but you are keeping it because of contingencies, because you need a cushion, if anything, any eventuality, you know, that can happen. But investment is, you know, you are actually plugging it into something that would yield returns to you. That's investment. Yes. So you are earning from it and you are growing that money for the future, because we'll talk about financial goals in a bit, because you would have some key financial goals that you need to meet. And that's what you need to invest for, you know, gradually over time until you need to spend that money. So this is how you allocate the income that you are earning, all your expenses, and then you are putting something aside for savings and you are putting something aside for investment. If you do this consistently, it would help you have a structure around your finances. It would give you peace because you have that structure. You will be kind of covered within this, and then you can begin to develop from this, you know. So on the income I put on this chart, you can see January is 1,000, March is 1,000, February, then March 1,100. I've assumed a 10% increase. So this is how to budget. So you assume, okay, maybe you are working, it's easy for you to know what you are being paid, and you know that at a certain time in the year, there's usually some increment, maybe about 10%. You can factor all of that increase into your income. Also, if you have a business, I assume you'll be paying yourself from your business. So you know that, oh, if from your business, you set aside this 1,000 for yourself every month, and that is what you are going to put that as your income. So you can also project that my business is going to grow maybe from this level to that level. When it grows, maybe at about that March or April, then I can begin to earn more. I was paying myself 1,000, I'll start paying myself 1,500. So all this is planning, and that's how you plan your expenditure too. I hope this is clear as I move on.
Wow, yes, okay. Please.
Oh, so this statement is credited to Dave Ramsey and also John Maxwell. So he says a budget is telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. When I saw this, I could, you know, it resonates clearly with me, because sometimes if you have not planned for your money, you're just wondering, what happened? Now you're not looking at your account because you thought you had some money there just a few weeks ago, and all of a sudden it's empty. So you don't even know where it has gone. That is why it's good for you to make a conscious effort to put a budget together. So you say, this is my income and this is exactly what I will be spending. So you know, nobody needs to tell you where your money has gone. You know, and then when your money is going out, you are rational about it. You are thinking already, is this necessary? Is it reasonable? Should I be doing this? Can I get it cheaper? Those are all the questions you would have asked yourself before, at the time you are firming up your budget and at the time you are spending your money. And over time, you will find out that you are pruning, you are taking away frivolities from it. You are streamlining, what you are spending money on. And then it gives you that buffer. It increases your savings and your investment. That is the only way you can consciously increase your savings and your investment. if you are conscious and you are planning. So now let's talk about money goals. So we have been talking about your living expenses and how you budget for that. But outside of our everyday living expenses, like food, like, whatever we do in our homes, our car expenses, whatever, those are, monthly things that would happen anyway. We can have some significant big ticket goals, that we know will take a lot of money. So for instance, a house, you're planning a house, you need to change your car, a child is going to the university, you're sending a child abroad, all those big things that, is not your kobo that will fund that. You need some significant money for that. So that requires some kind of long-term planning. So for instance, you have children, you are thinking already when they are in primary school, they are going to secondary school, you know the kind of school you want your child to go to. So you are thinking about it. Would I be able to afford this? Where would that money come from? Okay, I want my child to take a degree abroad. How expensive is that? What do I need to set aside? So all this happens from all the money you have been setting aside. But there are a few more things that can happen. Okay, so I said this should be planned for long term. So it's not that you want to buy a car this year, except you have that big income. If you want to buy a car this year, you are probably already thinking about it. Or if you know that you are sending a child to university, it's something that you would have been planning for a while. So they don't come in suddenly. What do you need to do? So we talk about setting aside money on a monthly basis to increase your investment. So if you are doing the regular monthly thing that we talked about when we looked at the budget, all the money you are setting aside then would be growing over time and would be able to support these big goals that we are talking about. So outside of the monthly one you are setting aside, it's possible that you earn some occasional bulk money. So that's a possibility. If you are working, for instance, at certain times in the year, they might be paying you housing allowance, they might be paying you bonus, if you are working. If you are also in business, you could have a windfall. So all these big, inflows that will just come suddenly, make sure that is not part of the one that you spend every day. You already have like a standard, a flat rate that you are running on a monthly basis anyway. So when those big inflows come in, allocate them straight for an investment. Don't leave them in your account and be, dipping your hands into it. Otherwise, you would wonder where it has all gone. So those are the kind of money you need to add to your investment. So assuming you are just investing 200 on a monthly basis, and then you suddenly have an inflow of $1 million, so that $1 million would be a big bulk that would go to increase your investment. And all of this you would find it very handy when this money goals come up, when you need to do these big ticket items that I'm talking about. Also, there could be a step change in your income. What do I mean? You are earning 100 on a monthly basis, and then there's an increment or there's a promotion, and your 100 suddenly becomes 200. Okay, when you were earning the 100, you have adjusted your expenses in such a way that your 100 could accommodate it. And in fact, you had a little that you were saving even within that 100. So if you are suddenly promoted and then you start getting 200, why would you spend it all? Why not allocate that change, that step increase also into your savings and your investment, such that you are increasing your savings and investment? So not just when you are working in companies, you could be doing your business, you are running at this level, all of a sudden demand went crazy. You suddenly realize that you are doubling up in your business. You used to operate at this level, and then you are high up at another level. So you suddenly see this influx, the inflow coming in, big money coming in, then you should pull this aside as well. Okay. Then make sacrifices, delay gratification. So maybe things that you would just have enjoyed, spend the money away. Sometimes delay those things, sometimes sacrifice. If you have your money goals in sight, if you know that, yes, I'm moving to that house, yes, my child is going abroad by so time, then delay some things, cut off some things such that you can increase what you are setting aside in your investment. for this purpose. And before we leave, because I'm not going deep into investment, but just to say, our Auntie Princess, she talked about gaining knowledge on investment, that anytime there is an opportunity, she will read up on it. That is absolutely fantastic. Don't jump into an investment you don't understand. There are many get rich quick schemes. Those are not investments. Make sure that they are genuine, they are credible. Otherwise, you'll be losing money and you don't want to do that. So we need that financial education. Let's make it as part of our goals to even learn about investment options, learn about savings, such that you are not going into the wrong nest, because there are many out there that are just fake schemes. So any organization you are investing with must be credible to start with, must be credible. Don't believe anything about, make money overnight. That's not what we are talking about. Investment would grow gradually over time. Consistency compounds. Once you are consistent, you keep doing it and you are putting it in the right place, it will compound. You'll begin to see results from it. So get the financial knowledge. Very, very important. Have that knowledge before you jump in. Okay. So let's talk about financial planning. So we have talked about our daily expenditure and some big ticket goals, but generally financial plan, what is this all about in the big ticket items? So it's good for you to know your net worth. What's your net worth? Is your total asset less your liabilities? What am I worth today? Do I have assets? What is the value of my assets today? Where am I exposed in terms of my liabilities? What do I owe? If I bring all my assets, assuming I need to pay all my liabilities today, would my assets cover my liability? So your assets would include even properties that you have. It would include even cash that you have in the bank. Anything positive, that you have that is holding value, that is of value, would be your asset. And of course, your liabilities are your obligations. If you bring them against each other, it gives you your net worth, so that helps you. Then if you have assets, are they secure? How secure are they? So you can say, oh, I have this landed property. Do you even have title documents? Do you have title documents? And where have you kept them? How secure are these title documents? So ensure you have the right title, even to the assets that you have, and ensure that you have kept them securely. We had the experience of fire once, and then even the landed properties we have, the documents all got burnt. We had to pay so much, to get some of these documents back, from the right quarters. So have the right titles, keep them properly, and ensure that they are secure, even anywhere that you have put them. You might need to consider insurance, and that is part of financial planning. Insurance over your assets, like the one that we are all familiar with is over our cars, because that is compulsory. But even what is not compulsory, it might just, because anything can happen. I talked about the fire incidents that we had. And unfortunately, at that time, we didn't have insurance over any of our assets. If all of the things, even though the house then wasn't ours, it was a rented apartment, but all of the furniture that we had and everything else that we had in the house, if it was insured, we would have gotten a whooping sum, from the underwriters. But it wasn't. So we learned a lesson at that time. So it's good to look for the credible ones, that you can insure with. You can also insure your health, so that God forbid there is any sudden health issue, you don't now have to pay a huge sum because you have insurance that covers it. I've done insurance for my children's education before, and it paid off. So I started early when they were still young, and I was saying, okay, by the time that they are this age, they would require this much. And I started to set aside money gradually towards that. And when you do insurance for education and all of those things, you also get like a tax benefit, from your, so the taxes being deducted from your salary would be less if you have those kind of insurance scheme in place. And then the insurance also had something to it, so you get a bit more than you have put in over time. It just gives you comfort, that aspect is covered. Okay. Also, you can consider contribution to a pension scheme. So for those of us that are, working in organizations, that's more or less a given. So from your salary every month, there's a deduction that goes to your choice pension fund administrator, and then the company had something to it. This caters for your need when you stop working. But what about those not in any organized company working for someone? If you are self-employed, you can also set something aside. So now it depends on like how many years you have to when you would stop working. If you still have a number of years and you can do that now, you will just walk into a pension fund administrator of choice and have a conversation with them. I am self-employed. This is what I do. I would like to, have a pension for when I'm old and I'm no longer working. What can I begin to set aside? How does it work? So you can walk into, these administrators and have a conversation, see whether it's something you can meet up to, because no matter how long you work for, whether for someone or for yourself, there will be a time that you would have to relax. So what happens? What plan do you have for that time? When you can't physically run around again. So pension, the money might seem small, but there's something about consistency. Okay, it's small, but you know that 100,000 would come into your account every month, even if you are sleeping through the month. You can have 200,000, whatever. The amount you have depends on your contribution, so that gives a kind of security. It might be little, but it's good. It's part of what you can do to secure that time that you are no longer able to work. And lastly, have a will. It's a financial plan. It's something that we hardly talk about. We don't want to talk about it. Mentioning a will is like, oh, you're preparing to die. No. It's about securing yourself, securing even your beneficiaries. They will thank you for it later. If that is not in place, should anything happen, ask people that have gone through it. They go through a lot when there is no will. So you have all of these assets. You have all of this. Why not, put something and make sure it's registered that this is your wish over this. And then it would give peace of mind to you now and then to your beneficiaries later. It would go a long way to help. So these are the broader financial plans that we can have outside of planning our everyday money for our everyday sustenance. This is the bigger picture in terms of what else you can do to have that financial comfort. Okay. Other general tips: do not spend what you haven't earned. Do not spend what you have not earned.
What?
Do not spend fully what you earn. So even when you earn, make sure you're not spending everything that month. A lot of people do paycheck to paycheck. They get paid now, and within 2 weeks is even plenty, the money is gone. They are waiting for the next paycheck. Then no matter what you earn, you are never going to be financially stable if that's how you run. You are never going to get into financial freedom, except you begin to take these steps we are talking about today. Okay. If you are a business owner, separate your personal funds from your business funds. Pay yourself salary from your business.
That's right.
Make a conscious effort to set aside money for savings and investment to meet identified money goals. Very important. This is how you can meet the goal, by planning towards it, by making conscious effort to put money aside and putting it in investment that will grow your money. Don't leave your money in current accounts and the bank is just taking bits and pieces out of it. Put it in an investment that yields something. If you are in debt, have a deliberate plan to pay up and exit. Have a deliberate plan. So like we did the projection, the budget, let your monthly payment of this debt, let it be part of your expenditure. Let it be there. That I'm going to pay back. Maybe you are owing a bank, GTB, 100,000 a month. Make sure it is there and meet up to that. Get out of that debt as fast as you can. Debt can be good and debt can be bad. Debt is good if what you have loaned the money for, it's something productive, something that would yield. If you have not spent the money on frivolities, then debt is good. If you are, for instance, is a mortgage, is for a house and you are paying back, If it's for something that makes sense, if it's for something that yields, that can be good. But a lot of times, people even take debts to go and do burial. They take bank loan for burial. Those things that, the money will not come back. That is when debt is bad. That is when it's bad. But if it has been used for something positive that would yield back, there is nothing bad in it. So far, you have a structure of paying back, but make it priority to pay back and get out of debt. So avoid impulse buying. Try to spend within your budget. Try to spend within your budget. Think about everything that you need to pay money on. Okay, so a Princess talked about that. Watching our expenses on our Shoaibis, latest vogues, any frivolities. And ladies, we can be this way. We should watch it. We should watch and do what is necessary. It's okay to spoil yourself once in a while, but it should not be every day. It shouldn't be every day. Okay, so contingencies can be accommodated in our budget because a lot of times, a lot of things you have not planned will happen. Yes, it would happen. And we can accommodate it because we are setting aside some savings. But we need to ask ourselves, is it reasonable? Is it necessary? Why am I doing this? Is it really necessary, or is it about peer pressure, or is it about show off, or it's something I really need to do? So these are reasonable questions that we need to ask ourselves. So unless you control your money, making more will not help. You will just have bigger payments to make. So for you to really move into that space of financial freedom, that little that is coming into your hands now, you need to control it. You need to manage it. These tips that we have talked about is really how you journey into financial freedom. Thank you very much. I can take questions after this. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Can permit me to stop sharing.
Wow. Would you give it all up for my sister, for Bumi Ojomo? Are you there, sister?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Sister Bumi, you're just amazing. You're awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
I'm coming to sit with you. You have to teach me these things more. Ladies. Oh, dear. Thank you. Thank you so very much. I was trying to take notes. At some point, I'm like, don't take notes. You are going to ask Bumi. She's going to allow us. I'm sure you don't share the slides. Do you mind?
Yeah, I don't mind. I will share the slides. Yes,
Fantastic.
I will share the slides.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. So, my sisters, I'm going to share these slides with us. Because of our time, because we must finish in the next 5 minutes or 10 minutes, we shouldn't do more than 1.5 hours. So, we are almost rounding up. What I'm thinking is, I'm going to share the slides and I will put some assignment to you people. You people are in. You are in for a good time. Now, because if you look at the slides by yourselves, you will see that there are many things we need to sit down by ourselves and do one after the other. So you can take the slide and assign yourself, do an assignment and say, okay, this one, I've now planned this. You have to dirty your hands. That's what we should do. I'm also going to do that. I made note of some of the areas I know I'll need to sit by myself, especially because the vacation is here now. We are starting the holiday period now. So it's a good time to sit down and look at the slide. If you have to read through the slide with your husband, it's fine. For some of us, we can sit with our husbands. Some of us are like me. Some of us, our husbands have been crying for things like this for some time. But we just commonize it. Because for some of us, it's the man that normally does all of those planning, financial things. We just leave our own is to go and buy bread and butter and just to be doing the operations, So let's sit in with them, with our husbands, where feasible, where realistic, where practicable. Remember, this is family. Let's sit together with them and then we decide to say for 2022, we want to do things different. So let's plan ahead. Every year, month by month, what are we going to do and all of that? I don't know if you agree with me that we can do that. So it's not a wasted conversation. Like she said, unless we grow, we don't grow. We never grow unless we grow. So I'm really grateful to God for this. So we are not just stopping. I will share this slide to everyone who has come in here today. I'm sure I have your email. If I don't have your email, I'm sure I have you on WhatsApp. Somehow, I should reach you. If I have your email, I'm going to throw it on there. I'll put it on WhatsApp as well, so you can take it. Once you take it, please work with it with yourself or with your spouse. against 2022. All right, thank you very much. Now, before we begin to round up, let's take one or two questions, and then I'll give you another announcement. I'm sure you agree with me, maybe you don't, but let me say that in the room today are many experts. In this room today, not less than 20 or 25 people, women are in this room here, who by themselves are experts in their coach. You have a lot of coaches on this program, and we have experienced women in this program. We have people in different areas who can help us, honestly. And one of them actually even reached out to me privately and says, Hannah, I don't mind to share. And I know this person, I've known this person for like 20 something years. She's a proper expert. She said to me, I don't mind to share. I want to help women. There are things I want to share. So I know them. If I know some of you, I can call you. So I'm thinking, if you agree with me, we will make this program no more than once a month. I will just retain this Tuesday, third Tuesday of every month, 1.5 hours maximum. And I'll bring in these experts. They are women. They are going to speak to faith, to family, to finance. It can be career, it can be business, it can be whatever. Little drops, like we said, consistency compounds. You know, as you hear, you are challenged. As you hear, I don't know who this is meant for, but maybe that can just be. I don't know if you agree with me. I can set that up. You know me now. Go share. You know, it's not difficult. We'll put it up. You know, and invite them to all the things they know. Some of them have traveled world over. They have learned some of their failures, some of their successes, how they win, how they lost, whether in marriage or some of you here today, you came here because of family. You were waiting for us to talk about family. Unfortunately, we don't have time to discuss that now. You were here to talk about how do you deal with a man who is supposed to be a Christian or even a Muslim or whatever it is, but this man is slapping you on your face. This man is messing you up totally. And it's as if you don't know what to do. Financially, he's messing up. Infidelity is the order of the day. He doesn't even respect you enough. So there are huge issues going on here. Maybe we talk about that. Maybe it's children issue, parenting matter. Even though we have a praying parent network where we pray, but maybe, I don't know, I'm just saying, we probably may just keep this every third Tuesday of, thank you, every third Tuesday of the month. Just note it, 1.5 hours, 11 to 12:30, we will talk something that will be useful. And those of you who are experts in the house, reach out to me, very important. And as we do this, we can help ourselves. I saw somebody drop something here online and said, if you want insurance and all, I cannot guarantee, I don't know who this person is for. We can network. That's the reality. We can network. So you'll be shocked that somebody has what you're looking for, who can help you and say, that's cool, go to that school. Take your child into that school, it will help you. I have a child there and it's working and they're good here. Or don't go there. I went there, it didn't work. So it will become like a network of women who are just really helping ourselves. All right. Okay, thank you. Okay, Stafumi, thank you. Stafumi is here. She's a doctor, medical doctor. She's very particular about mental health issues, you know, and she's even come and say, you know what, yes, I can speak to mental health. So please, I know many of you, some of you have my number, please reach me. We structure it next year. Jesus, from God willing, every month, 1.5 hours, we'll be talking something. You'll be learning something by God's grace. Thank you very much. On behalf of the team, Mama, I want to thank you very much. Princess Mrs. Adewisi Shoson Sarah OFR. Thank you, Ma. Thank you for always being there. You're wonderful. We love you so really much, Auntie. We shall be meeting you in the name of the Lord. You'll be there always, our pretty auntie. And I realized Auntie Adumaki Eniju, I realized she made a comment. She's in the house. I'm like, oh, Auntie is here. Oh my God, this is another fantastic apostle in the marketplace. And she's doing wonderful in the education sector or segment. You know, these are people, maybe some of you want to run school. You are running school, or you want to have a school, and you are looking how to go. These are kind of network you need. And you say, can I do it this way or do it that way? And they are willing to help you. I'm really very grateful to that. And I know people have joined us from all over the world and those on YouTube. Thank you very much. Oh, what can we say? Now, okay, now let's do like young people. This is what young people do. Star Lily and Adebola, I said, okay, look at yourself. So we are here, we came in. All right. Now, let me give you permission. You can mute yourself. Say, we don't finish meeting. Okay, so let me do this. Unmute yourselves. All right. So, yes. I don't think we have any question in the house. Now you have permission to your meeting. Stajibike, thank you. These are people. Bless you. Yes. From all over the world. I'm so sorry. Somebody, my lady is trying to tell me something.
Yeah, bless ma. Thank you very much, ma.
Thank you, ma'am.
We appreciate you, ma. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was wonderful.
Bless you all. Thank you.
My mama.
Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Bless you. It was
Answer the
wonderful.
question next month, by God's grace. January 18, by God's grace. Please mental note this time. January 18, by God's grace, we'll meet again. January 18, and then we will discuss. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma. God bless you. Thank you.
God bless you. Have a good
Bless
day.
you, ma. Bye-bye, ma.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Dr. Kinola, yes.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
God
bless you.
Really appreciate you. Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thank
Have
you,
a good
mommy.
day.
We love you so
Yes,
much.
thank you. Love you too, man. Love you too. Star Malami, God bless you. Tabika, yes, you. Don't worry. I'll chat you up. Thank you.
Obulu,
Yes.
Obulu.
Oh, yeah. Whatever that is, Star Blossom. You have disappeared. Start it.